Yo, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I love California just as much as the next guy, but when it comes down to affordability, cost of living, and even buying a house, I would personally even consider moving to Albuquerque myself if I was living in California, because right now, the outlook in California when it comes to real estate, the cost of living, even the price of gas is pretty crazy. And we're gonna be getting into that in today's video. So make sure to grab your pen and your pad. Let's get into today's video. There's been a ton of people that we've been having conversations with when it comes down to relocating to Albuquerque or anywhere in New Mexico in general at that. And a lot of these people are coming from California. Now, why is that? Truth is that California right now is getting so dang expensive, and don't take it from me, do all the research yourself. Even the price of gas has gone up past $4 in California, and right now in New Mexico, the average gas price is under $3. I don't know, take it for what it is, do what you want with that information, but in today's video, guys, we're gonna be going over all of this, just kind of giving you a comparison of firsthand of some research that I've done, and personally have had conversations with other people on, and put it all together for you guys in this video. And if this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, welcome. My name is Eli. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos, because we are dropping videos like this every week. We're talking about what this beautiful state of New Mexico has to offer in comparison to other states, other cities, and what you can expect when it comes down to relocating here. Now, if you guys are planning on moving down here within the next year or so, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Me and my team would love to hop on a quick Zoom call with you guys just to really discuss all the great details that you can expect when it comes down to relocating here. And me and my team are ready to help you guys really make this whole move as stress-free as possible. So if that's something that you're wanting to do or willing to consider, we'd love to hop on a quick Zoom call with you guys. The hottest topic that we have by far when it comes down to picking where you're gonna wanna live is cost of living. That is always the number one thing. Now, when you are comparing a place like Orange County to Albuquerque, there's gonna be a huge difference there. Now, just talking in dollars, guys, the price of everything is gonna be more expensive in California, believe it or not, versus what it is here in Albuquerque. In California right now, in Orange County alone, the average cost of living is 38% higher than the national average. Albuquerque is 6% lower than the national average. Now, I don't know which way you prefer the pendulum to swing, but me personally, I prefer for it to be lower than the national average more than anything else. So if you are considering making a move just because of the affordability aspect, that's something to consider, right? Down here, you are gonna have more of an opportunity to save money, to actually have a better quality of life because you have more money, right? All that conversation is gonna come up when it comes down to comparing and contrasting each place. Now, nothing against California, right? I'm just stating out the facts and really comparing one and the other. Again, I love California, I love the beach, I love Disneyland. Oh my gosh, I really enjoy California for the atmosphere, the culture, and everything that it has to offer. But when it comes down to picking a place to live and really building a life for yourself, you guys can take a hint which one is gonna be better than the other. Now, the average home price in Orange County right now is around $900,000. Now, you can look that up. I'm not making this up. Versus in Albuquerque where it's around 330. I know in previous videos you've heard me say 350 and under, but in all reality, to paint the picture for you guys, it's a fraction of what you can expect to pay out there in Orange County. So you are gonna save a ton of money when it comes down to purchasing a house. Now, in those homes, we are gonna get into this topic in this video, so if you hang tight and stick around for a little bit, I am gonna talk about the style of homes and what you can expect to get when you pay for these price tags in comparison from California to New Mexico, and it might even help you in making that decision a lot easier, right? And then, of course, the daily amenities that come with living here in Albuquerque. You have a wide range of options that you can choose to pick from, right? From the co-ops, the local vendors that actually post signs on the sides of their houses to come and, buy eggs, $5 a carton or whatever, sometimes even cheaper. And then you also are gonna have gas prices, which is super important because California gas prices right now are gonna be $4+ Down here in New Mexico, it's under $3. So if you drive a big truck like I do, pumping gas isn't gonna break the bank. Literally on our big truck, we spend about $100 every 2 weeks, and we do drive it a lot, to be honest with you guys. So if you are considering moving just because gas prices are important to you, this is something to consider, especially if you have a long commute to work. know, it's kind of funny. Somebody went into the comments, and they were a realtor, of course, and said that I talk way too dang much. Isn't that why you guys are here? For information about relocating from one place to another? I don't know. I was confused about it. I'm glad I don't make videos for realtors. I'm glad I make videos for you guys who are serious about moving down here to Albuquerque. And you guys want to know as much as possible before you make that super important decision to move down here. Because if I was you and I'd been there, I'd be scared too. So we get it, we understand it, and that's why we put out so much content, so much information for you guys, and sometimes it gets repetitive because we want to really ingrain it into you guys what you can expect when it comes down to living here. But when we are comparing Orange County to Albuquerque, the style of houses can get a little bit different, but when we are talking about what you're going to spend at an average price range, you're going to get more bang for your buck down here in Albuquerque. Now, the style of homes are going to be the Southwest style, a little bit more modern. You are going to have some cookie cutter style houses that you can pick from in that price range, believe it or not. And you're going to get houses that are updated, very well taken care of. And sometimes even at that price range, guys, you can buy a brand new house. And I can get you those details if you'd like to move down here and purchase a brand new house. But in Orange County, you're probably going to get a smaller lot, smaller home, a little bit of an older home. I can expect that that house may need some updating around that price range. I don't know, but from what I've seen, just looking on Zillow and stuff like that, some of the houses out there, they're pretty cool, right? They're like craftsman style houses, little front porches and stuff like that. Some of the yards are a little bit more reduced, but they got their perks, right? It's just depending on what you're really looking for. If you want to live closer to the beach, obviously you're going to pay more money, just like down here. If you want to live closer to the mountains, you are going to pay a little bit more money. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Southwest style homes. I'd let you guys know that before, but that new Southwestern modern style house, I can kind of get with that, and I can vibe out with that. So we can have a conversation again on our Zoom call, and that number popping up on the screen is our direct line. So if you are planning on moving down here, we can discuss all the styles of homes into great detail. And if you guys aren't ready to get on that Zoom call just quite yet, there's a link in the description down below that you can click and download our free relocation guide that I created just for you guys. Now, numbers are important. Talking about home prices and the cost of living, that's going to be pretty much the topic of discussion during most of our conversations, but there's some other things that people always ask me about, and that's going to be kind of like the rapid growth here, what they can expect in the next coming years, and what they should prepare for. Now, New Mexico is growing. Albuquerque has seen some expansion within the past couple of years, even throughout like Rio Rancho, down in Los Lunas, Peralta, and Edgewood. A lot of people are starting to expand and move out of the inner city to find more affordable houses, places that they can build custom homes and stuff like that, or they just want more space away from the cookie cutter style neighborhoods. It's gonna cost them a little bit less than what they would actually buy some of these things for here in the city, right? So when it comes to that, yes, we are growing in the tech space, the healthcare space, and the educational space, and I'm talking about like Sandia Labs, Los Alamos Lab, you're talking about like UNM, Presbyterian, all the hospitals and all that stuff. I get calls all the time from nurses talking about, hey, I'm gonna move here. I'm really not ready to call this place home, but I'd like to know if it's something that could potentially fit what I'm looking for in the future, or hey, is this area that I'm moving to gonna be okay for the time being? We have those conversations all the time. So in comparison to Orange County has always seen rapid growth. It's always a hot spot, you know, wanting to live in California, a ton of people want to move there. So the limited availability of homes and just really not having a whole lot to pick from is going to cause some stress and some pain. And it's also going to make things a little bit more expensive because the market is going to be more competitive. So keep those things in mind, guys, that with the first phases of growing, there is some things starting to get a little bit more expensive here in Albuquerque. We really haven't seen this thing really blow up. It's really kind of moving at this steady pace, which is pretty cool, versus Orange County that has already seen a lot of that growth and is a super popular place for people to actually move to. Even people that live in California, they want to live in Orange County. The last topic that I want to bring up is going to be the lifestyle. Now, both places have awesome lifestyles, right? You got one place that has the beach and has other things that you can kind of do around there, a little bit more events and that kind of thing. And then you have one place that is slower, a little bit more spread out, not super overpopulated, and it gives you a slower pace, more relaxed lifestyle, and you get the opportunity to enjoy and explore our diverse landscape. Now, not saying that California doesn't have all that to offer, but when you can go onto a trail and essentially really feel like you're disconnected from the city and you're only about 15 to 20 minutes away from all that, that means something, guys. And a lot of people like me really enjoy that. And people are searching for that because they're trying to get away from that noise, from the hustle and bustle, all that, right? So if that's important to you, that kind of lifestyle, being able to afford a little bit more, and the strong sense of community that we actually have here in Albuquerque, it almost feels like everybody knows everybody. Even though that we're a large city, we still call it a town. I know from time to time people catch me and they're like, town, don't you live in a city? I'm like, yeah, when you're born and raised here and you're a local, you still call it town. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's something that I personally just have a habit of doing, but it feels great to know that here in Albuquerque right now, we're going through this phase of growth. We're really kind of figuring out where we are and where we fit in as far as like being a major city. So you're getting a ton of people that are kind of coming in and really being a part of this, which really creates some diversity and a very welcoming culture. Not saying that California doesn't have all that to offer, because I'm sure that it does, but that hometown vibe, almost like hallmarky kind of feeling, is still very alive here. And within our town, we still have little villages, right? We have Corrales, Los Ranchos, and even if you go down to Peralta, Bosque Farms, and Tijeras, some of these places have their own events, their own things going on. Gosh, I wish I can really just kind of walk you through all that, but you're gonna have to move down here to really get a sense of what I'm talking about and really explore and stay here for a bit, because then you're gonna get exactly what I'm talking about. Even when it comes down to going down to the local restaurants, it feels like you're walking into your grandmother's house. It's crazy like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but short video, few important topics. In comparison, when it comes down to living in an Orange County to a California, it's really gonna be down to your preference, right? Do you want affordability? Do you want to be able to have a little bit more money in your pockets to do things? Do you want to purchase a house that is going to be a little bit more modern, possibly even brand new for way less? Like, those are some key points to think about. Even down to the lifestyle, guys. Like, do you want to live a more outdoor lifestyle, more adventures? You want to be close to the mountains, rivers, all that stuff? Or do you want to live in the middle of all the noise with the city, with people, with, you know, the Dodger Stadium, all that stuff, right, guys? It's really going to be dependent on that. So if you need some help discovering that, we are hosting weekly calls to help people discover that through the Zoom calls, right? And again, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So if you are having some trouble trying to discover all this, feel free to reach out. And again, that link in the description below will get you a free relocation guide. So if you are planning on moving down here, but you're just not ready to have that conversation with us, this relocation guide will probably kind of help you kind of formulate some ideas and put some things together. So we'd love to have that chat with you guys. But I'm gonna get back to my Friday. Enjoy this Thanksgiving weekend. We hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.